Okay, friends, this is going to look pretty insane. We are doing a total disaster clean with me video. I'm showing you basically, I picked my worst messes in my house that I was going to tackle. Right now, you're seeing my bathroom, toys, laundry on the floor. I don't know whose laundry that is. Who could that be? Looks like mine. Now, look at this. This is my office. It doesn't get much worse than that. I'd also like to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. Get started with 8 free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and enter promo code LARGEFamilyTable80. So look at this. The room disaster just continues. Oh, I have stories to tell you. What in the world, Jamerrill, is going on? So, on this particular complete disaster cleaning day, which just could be any day, the kids had already worked very hard. They pretty much have the whole upstairs to themselves. Hey, who's that blonde lady that just walked through? That's my mama. You get a little peek at my mama. And there's my oldest son at home right now, Zion. He's 16. He's got real cool hair. Anyway, I'm going to try to tell you all the dynamics going on this day. So I just finished doing a couple hours of freezer cooking. I did 8 loaves of French toast for the freezer. I did, oh my goodness, 8 dozen, 4 dozen, a whole lot of dozen of blueberry pancakes, some blueberry waffles. I gave up on the blueberry waffle idea. And then Travis did about 75 to 100 of the freezer peanut butter and jellies. This was for my feeding my freezer cooking challenge I was leading this week with about 5,000 ladies who were participating online. So on this particular day, we were trying to get some breakfast meals in the freezer. While I did all this cooking, kids totally took care of the upstairs zone. They deep cleaned their bathroom, their bedrooms, the hallway, their closets. It was tip-top shape. Now they're going through. Travis is getting ready to take trash. And yes, Amelia's in the trash can. What is she doing? Well, listen to this excitement. She found a baby box turtle. And her and Daniel were just in all of their glory. Grandmother's looking there too. Amelia found an old jelly lid. She asked me if she could take the jelly lid from the trash and put some water in it for her turtle. Then she also took carrots and tomatoes and scraps that we save for our chickens now, and she was feeding those to her turtle. And it was so fun. And so I'm also doing some Insta stories here, and I'm just sharing live for this live freezer cooking challenge that I was doing this week. So a little bit of, this is what it looks like when you see my stuff come up on Instagram. And you can see my 30-quart bowl there. Yes, grandmother again, yay. You'll just see her running back and forth. So on this day, okay, freezer cooking challenge. Kids, deep cleaned rooms. I was going to try to get to my total disaster mess that has just been growing for the last 6 weeks or so back in my room. But before I can do any of this other stuff, I have to clean up my freezer cooking mess. So I'm wiping off my shelf, I'm wiping the walls, and I'm just going after all the basic stuff that's catching my eye. What am I doing there? Oh, my Instant Pot was on the floor. Okay, picking up the Instant Pot. Picking up my 14-quart pressure cooker, pulling my pants up, trying to keep myself together. I finally got myself a little bag of sugar. I needed that for the pancakes. Gabriel's running eggs for me outside. Now I'm just going with my basic cleanup to get my counters together. Now, I keep telling you there's stuff going on this day. Let me tell you what else. You're going to see me running my mouth a whole lot because my mama's there. And I don't know about you, but when my mama visits, my mouth just goes to running even more. So we were sharing our stories while I'm cleaning. Well, just a few minutes before I started this kitchen cleaning, we're going to get to it, I heard this crazy alarm sound outside. This is what I'm here telling my mama. I went outside, followed the sound. Well, we have a septic system, like lots of people who live rurally do. The red light was flashing. Something was happening with the septic. Travis went out. He felt the motor. It was hot to the touch. He had to turn the whole thing off. I call the emergency septic repair guy. Meanwhile, again, now right now at this point, 10 people were at our house. For added fun, we had 4 cousins coming. Kid cousins and their mama were coming to spend 5 days with us. So I was about to have 14 people at my house. I'm filming a cleaning video. We're going to cook up some good HelloFresh. Septic's now turned off. Lots of excitement. So the following morning, the septic guy does come, and we needed a new, the septic system is about 15 years old, and a lot of times the pumps and motors and such, you might get 10 years out of them. Ours apparently got 15 years out of them. We needed a new septic pump. Apparently that burned up, and then that burned up the motor. One thing led to another. Gee, Jamerrill, why do you do sponsored videos? $2,300 later, all new septic machinery going down. So glad it's replaced, and now we should get many years out of it. Crisis handled. Yay. Now I'm wiping off my waffle irons, drinking my water. Now these waffle irons are interesting, and you ladies can tell me how you handle these. The inside pieces don't come out. Of course, you cannot immerse them in water. So what I have done for years is I spray them down with vinegar spray, and then I use a hot soapy washcloth, and I just hand clean the griddles. Same thing with my flat griddle there. I spray it down with vinegar spray, and I just start scrubbing the thing off. Now I do take a butter knife for around the edges. Of course, you have to be careful to not scrape the metal. But again, this is real life mama here. Wipe off my cords, put my waffle irons up. Obviously, I'm saying something very entertaining to my mom. So you can watch that interaction. And it's also fun during this video because you can watch my purple shirt slowly get more and more mess on it. I don't know. I'm hard-headed. I should wear an apron, but I don't. So I'm scraping off the outside of my griddle. I was also happy to use, my mom had passed us down a while ago, a big square griddle, and I hadn't used it yet, but I got both griddles going on this day, and I will have a fun video coming out very soon that shows my whole freezer cooking challenge that I led these ladies on. It's a lot of my classic recipes, but I know you'll be happy to see that video too if you like my freezer cooking stuff. So yes, wiping down this griddle so it's all fresh and clean for next time we need it. And then I decide, there you go, that's good enough. Get it down in the cabinets, and then we have to clean off this counter still. It's like when you clean and then your cleaning makes more of a mess, but eventually it's all cleaned and put up. There's Naomi running around. She's going through doing different jobs for the house too. I know some folks will say, well, where's your kids whenever you're doing all this cleaning? Don't they help? Oh yeah. Everybody has their assigned jobs and they get to it, but you only get to watch me mostly on the actual video evidence footage doing my deep cleaning parts. And I am just gabbing. Oh, look, I'm obviously, let's see, what am I explaining? Oh, I was explaining to my mom, I also on this day, I had gone to the chiropractor in the morning. And it's always so fascinating to me. He'll have me lay down, and then with my left arm, I try to push out against his hand, and I can hardly do it. And then he'll go through and, tap on my arm a few times. And he says it's sending signals to the brain. And once he's done, then I have full strength in my arm again. So I don't know. God bless him. Hope he never retires. But he always gets me in good shape. And I go about twice a month to make sure my neck is staying on my shoulders. That's real important. Lots of talking with my hands. Oh, there's the big bowl. So the other thing I do is I get all the food I did for freezer meals that day, and I get it in my big, that's my 30-quart mixing bowl. Lots of people have ordered this bowl after seeing me use it in daily life. It's super helpful. But enough about freezer cooking. Breakfast, now we're going to do HelloFresh for dinner. We do their fantastic beef tacos for dinner. It has a fancy name. You can read it on the card. And it has pineapples in it, and we use the pineapple chunks in the homemade salsa. And then the last part, that's what I love about these directions, things I didn't think of. We put the pineapple juice in to finish cooking with the ground beef. And I'm just there analyzing the directions. They come all laid out for me, and I just follow. I follow along. I behave and I obey, and I get all the food made just how they say. And I get to try a lot of new recipes this way that my family loves. Now with this particular order of beef tacos, so on this evening it fed 10 of us. Then cousins came the next day, and we still had it for lunch that day for 14. So awesome. that I got several meals out of it. And I'm looking at the time because I'm pacing myself. Man, I really wanted to get my HelloFresh cooked up and then deep clean my bedroom. But I knew the deep cleaning of my bedroom and my bathroom and my office was going to probably take me, realistically, I mean, let's be realistic, Jamerrill, sometimes, it's probably going to take me about 3 hours. And you can see it's just getting darker and darker outside. So with the added excitement of the septic going out on us after 15 years, I get all this HelloFresh made, but you're going to see here real soon, we're going to attack that bedroom, but I have to do it the following afternoon. And I'm still stretching my neck. My neck has been doing well, but whenever I sat for that week or so with my other ailment, I just, sounding like a silly with all my little ailments, it jammed up my neck a bit just from the compression of sitting. Usually I get about 10 to 13,000 steps a day. And for that week and a half or so, I was down to 500 steps a day. So it just goes to show the difference in the movement. But after that chiropractor adjustment, within a few days, it was back to itself again. The kids will come and want to talk to me about things, but they'll see that I'm filming. And I always say when I do these sped up cleaning videos or voiceover videos, I say, no, we can still keep talking because I'm not going to have the audio. So who knows what we're saying. So I just added the seasoning packs to the meat. I was doing the peppers and the onions there, getting those going. And doing the cilantro, which cilantro makes everything better. It's my favorite. So I put about 2/3 of the cilantro in with the salsa and the rest in with the meat, or I might have it vice versa, but I did listen to the directions. The fun thing about HelloFresh is you can easily change your delivery days or food preferences, and you can even skip a week if you need to, which is helpful if you're going on vacation or you just have other things going on and you don't need your HelloFresh that week. It's nice that you can change it up. And we're doing lots of limes in the homemade salsa, and so I caught myself trying to squeeze half a lime, and I went through and I quartered them, but even my chickens ate the rinds from the limes. I'm getting myself in a tongue twister here. And then we do some onions, and some of that goes in the salsa and some of that goes in the taco meat mix that's cooking on the stove now. Stir it all up. And I love this trick I learned from HelloFresh is they take they take sour cream, and you squeeze a lime in the sour cream, and it's delicious, and it goes wonderful on tacos of all kinds. So here we go. We've got the veggies done, and now I'm going to start adding in the meat packs. Okay, here I'm doing the sour cream trick. Squeezing in the sour cream packs, and then I squeeze the lime in. HelloFresh is now from $6.99 per serving. Get started with America's #1 meal kit. You can get started with 8 free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and enter promo code LARGEFamilyTable80. You get $20 off each of your first 4 boxes. From step-by-step recipes to pre-measured ingredients, you'll have everything you need to get wow-worthy dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes, and that's always my favorite. There's something for everyone, from family favorite recipes to calorie smart and even vegetarian, and fun menu series like Hall of Fame and craft burgers. You can even add extra meals to your weekly order, as well as yummy sides and desserts like garlic bread and cookie dough. Easily change your delivery dates or food preferences, or skip a week whenever you need. Now I'm going to start serving them up. And those brightly colored plates, those are from my new IKEA haul that will be out here real soon. We had such a fun IKEA trip. There is Daniel's plate with his HelloFresh beef taco, soft taco. And I'm shoving mine in my face. I usually feed myself while I feed others. Then Amelia's got her pink plate. I'm giving her salsa, a little sour cream. Yes. Lovely. Okay, so then this is Gabriel's because he gets 2. Obviously, they can have all they want, but I just know once kids reach those double digits, you just get them 2 to start. Oh, that was mine apparently. I thought I was making that for someone else, but no, that's just going right in the pie hole there, huh? Okay, now I'm fixing up. Travis is here. He gets 3 to start. Also fed a teenager or 2 or 6 somewhere, and my mama. There we go. Okay, next day, dawn, dawn, dawn. All the cleaning, all the time. So while I had that unexpected illness where I had to have some bed rest for about a week and a half or so, just all my papers and mail and various things, just anytime a kid would bring me something, I said, put it back on my sink, put it back on my sink, put it back on my sink. And this is the result of it. Now you also get to see me. Here we go. Talking to some friends, sending some text messages. Oh, talk to text. I don't know about you, but I always get the best talk to text errors. Sometimes awful talk to text errors. I have to make myself slow down and read my text before I send it. So there's various things, floss picks and such, and contacts that are out that just need to get in that cabinet. And then with my papers, I just start making a stack. I make a stack of stuff that needs shredded. I make a stack of stuff I need to file and a stack of stuff I need to deal with. Also, lots of kids' artworks, pictures had gathered up, and I have a file for each of the kiddos. I think I learned that originally from Andrea Mills, and it's just the best tip, because that way all the little loose art pictures after they've been hung up and celebrated, we still get to save. So each kiddo has their own file, and yes, lots of pictures and creative things going on, which of course we encourage. And then Travis had brought me a strawberry lemonade from town. Yeehaw. So you get to watch me suck that down through most of this cleaning. Had some clothes hanging around, needed to find the countertops again. Oh yes, and I'm working on getting diapers to stay back in that cabinet. So I go through and I'm just doing a basic cleaning where I have bleach wipes. I'm wiping everything down, every single surface, so we can get it fresh smelling. I finally throw the head away on my toothbrush. Need to get a new pack of those. Wiping down the water pick there. Lots of exciting stuff. And there's Daniel. Kids are going to come back and they get little samplings of my strawberry lemonade and any little new thing in the house that Mama has. Everyone wants to share. I had some birthday presents hanging out there. Naomi made me a beautiful concrete stepping stone that says "Love Ya" on it. Cleaned around it and put that back on my sink. The white trim, as beautiful as it is, oh, look at that. That's crud and filth, of course. So we're going to pick stuff up. I'm going to wipe it. The trim needs painted again, obviously. At least it's fresh, but it just seems like, any little piece of dust or crud, it just shows it. So there you go, Jamerrill. Get down on your hands and knees and clean it. And there you go. That's as good as it gets. And then I do decide to take a bobby pin and go after crud in the corners. Get my other wood trim. Now wiping off my doors. Of course, all the dust shows in the cracks. And that's a new beautiful picture that my aunt sent. I set it there beside my sink. My mama had gone to visit her sister, and then she came to visit us. And now I'm just about to go back and attack that bathroom. It really needed it. I had kids, Zion and Naomi in particular, take turns with bathroom cleaning, but it had been at least a week, and I knew I needed to do a deep mama clean on this. But they do a good job as well. They had cleaned the other two bathrooms on this day, getting ready for company and everything we had going on. So there, I'm just, double hats, double trouble. That's my other new summer hat. Why not just wear two? Figured if I put it on my head, I'd remember to get it out of there. It's my stack of Bibles and journals and cookbooks. Whenever kids take the bubble baths back there, I just camp out with them. But I decided to get that extra table out of my back bathroom, and then if the table's not there, I'm not stacking stuff on it. So I also go through and work on getting toys out of there, and again, just deep wiping everything with those bleach wipes. If I don't use bleach wipes, I just use vinegar spray for the most part. Sometimes I'll use Mrs. Meyer's or some other cleaning products, but my go-to is vinegar, and when I'm very fancy, it's these wipes. Okay, and now it's the real deal. It's cleaning around the toilet. It must be done. Now I'm getting the toys out of the tub. I don't believe that I show it, but I called Amelia back and had her wipe all those down with the wipes as well. And now I'm just really getting that tub wiped out. I'd like to go through and do fresh caulk around that bathtub and the trim in the bathrooms. On the long list, I just got a new septic pump and a new septic motor. That was my upgrade for that day. I was going through listening to one of my upcoming videos while I was cleaning. I like to watch them a time or two before I publish them. Now we're getting the sweeping done. I absolutely love these floors. They are so easy to care for. Okay, so that bathroom is done. Now my office. Oh yeah, I'm showing you my hat collection there. When people ask about my hats, I probably have 50. Why do you wear hats, Jamerrill? Well, I like hats. In the summer, I hike and there's bugs and there's sweat and there's sand and there's travel. In the winter, it's chilly and we're just outdoors people a lot of the time each day. So, and then also on days like today when I have not gotten a shower and I still need to keep on trucking, throw a hat on and it makes it easy for me. Repacking some stuff I bought for my camera there. So honestly, this office just looked pretty overwhelming and hopeless to me. It's gotten like this 4 or 5 times, and it's actually not as bad now as it can get. But again, what will happen is if I'm not actively using it every day, it's just easy to open the door and set stuff on the desk. And we've had several birthdays and such, so wrapping paper was in there. We got fishing rods that never got opened. I have extra bags in there. I have a big box of paper, so the kids use that to refill their drawing paper. So it just needed me to... I know the saying, a place for everything and everything in its place. I do have places for things in there. But again, when it gets out of hand, I need to go back and remind everything where its place is. Get it back in its place. And handle my business. And I got a big bag in there of craft supplies that were left over from Vacation Bible School. If anybody needs 600 cotton balls, that's where we keep them. Now I'm going through working on trash. And then those are my big cases of consumable spiral notebooks. Oh, look at this. There's little Travis, little mommy. Look, little Jaden, little Zion. Yes, and that's my mom and I, the day we met. Showed you some pictures I have back on my desk. And here's a picture of Travis and I on our wedding rehearsal evening. Of course, little did we know that courtyard we had our rehearsal in and our wedding planned for was going to flood that night, but it all worked out. And then this is a picture of my mama and I think I was about 4 here. Super cute. Love these things. So now again with the papers, I'm making a stack of things to be shredded, a stack of things that need to be dealt with, and then a stack of things that I need to file. All my little sticky notes, yes. And sometimes if you let things sit long enough, it's not a need anymore. You're done. So sometimes that's how I handle certain things, and that's just not the best way to handle them, but there's my confession. But look at that. All fresh. This is as good as it gets. And that yarn there, one of the kids braided that for me and had that up as a surprise. Here's my little top shelf. Now I'm going to get the crud by my bed. Now the very best, I have saved the best for last here in terms of crud for you. You're going to see it. Just stick with me here because you're not going to want to miss this amazing thing that we're going to clean in a minute. But right now I'm getting along my bed and I'm sweeping under my bed. There's a little sweetie's head. I think that was Daniel coming and talking to me. The other day I pulled up and I saw Gabriel and Liam and what I thought was Daniel walking together in the backyard, but it wasn't Daniel, it was Benjamin. Ben was just getting so tall. So I'm wiping off my trim there, getting back behind my bed, behind my little shelf cart. And then again, I'm going through, throwing stuff away, filing things, putting them where they go. Those boxes are some giant Ziploc under the bed storage bags. I need to do that. But I just realized I'd already put a good 3 hours into all this cleaning, and there's no way I could do like in-depth organizing on this day. I just needed to do a basic clean. But yes, I do end up setting that little table up by my bed because if I'm not doing business in my office, I have my stuff by my bed. I have my budget notebook there too to keep on track of, on top of at least. So that big mama mess is coming. Remember, get started with 8 free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and enter promo code LARGEFamilyTable80. Look at this mess. So I started just a little sweep under the ottomans, and then I moved the ottomans, and then I got under my bed. boy, that's where those shirts were we couldn't find, and that's where those sippy cups were, and that's where those Lego pieces went. All of that was under our ottomans and under our bed. Just big, fat, crazy, nasty happens. So I'm just fully committed now at this point in my cleaning to just get under everything. So I got under the exercise bike and under the laundry basket and under the bed over here, cleaning up all the things, sweeping it, get the rug up. I don't know the last time I did this level of sweeping in my bedroom, obviously, because long story short, our bedroom also, we use it as a family room between the ottomans and the TV. Yes, the trials of life, but we are still very blessed. Thank you, Lord. So I'm gathering up a pile of kitchen stuff that needs to go out. Now we have various toys and bags and paper plates, and this is probably, 3 or 4 months since I've done this. Thank you all so much for watching my complete disaster clean with me. Thank you HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check the first link in the description below to get your awesome HelloFresh deal. I can't wait to chat with you in those comments below. Bye bye.